Good evening, one and all. Still some little camera there. Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Lots of lovely people on there today. So hi to all of you. Carol, saw you only yesterday. Tiggy, Linda, Sandra, Kathy, Jill, Sue, Julie, Fiona, Shirley. Lovely to see you all here with, of course, our lovely card kit for the month of July already. Now I'm going to take you through it because it's a little bit special in as much as not only is there one card kit, but there's enough to do 2 cards. So that makes it even more appealing, but there is an exclusive die in it. And yeah, lots of loveliness. So first of all, let me just go through the little notice board here with you. So of course, anything I'm going to use today can be found over here, maximumcrafts.com. Anyone that is a paid up subscriber for the monthly card kit needs to just be patient because on Friday it was sent out to you, so it shouldn't be very long. They're all sent out on standard, so sometimes it comes within a day or two and sometimes it can be 3 to 4 days, but they are already all on their way. Any kits purchased today will be on their way on Tuesday. And if we were to sell out of the kits, because I am on an extremely limited amount this month, if there's enough demand, I will reorder. But obviously, as you can imagine, there is a minimum order that one has to do. But we'll see how it goes. So if you can't get it, try and send me a message just for me to gauge. I will try and put them up on pre-order and they would come in. I've got a delivery coming week Thursday. So that's something like the 18th, I think, roughly, of July, so we could have them out for then as well. And to remind you that the Christmas card kit will be launching on the 21st of July. It will be on a first come first served basis. Let's see how that goes as well. So I'm not 100% certain whether I will do them for subscribers separately or not. We'll have to wait and see. And of course, I'll remind you about that later, but I will be back on Wednesday, the 10th of July at 6 o'clock before the football. I wish I was there all the time with football. Really, I think we should just do a workshop and it be all during the football myself, but hey ho, probably not to be. So let me show you what you're going to get in your kit. So in your kit, you will receive this card. So for those of you who might be new to the idea of these kits, what we do is we send out a kit with all the card, any embellishments that might be needed other than those that you might have yourself. And of course the dies with which to do said card with. And in this case, there's going to be 2 cards. So everyone will get a sheet of white hammered card, which is this one, a sheet of satin gold card, which is rather lovely. Use it a lot, and I prefer it to the really bright one. And then now this piece here is a coloured piece. You can see it's pink, but it might not be this particular colour pink that you get. There are, I think, 4 different shades, and you could well get that instead. You will have 2 6x6 card blanks, and you will have 2 envelopes to go with them. And you will have a pre-cut black square. Okay. You will, of course, also receive the die. And this time, I've lost it already. This time it is, so I'm going to knock everything over at the same time. This little beauty. Now, so this is a checked background, Maximum Crafts checked background. The way that I have designed this one is that it has no outer cutting edge. So although it cuts to fit inside to a 6x6, it could equally fit into a 7x7 and bigger. But I just wanted to not have that outside cutting edge. It's checked and not tartan because they're obviously the same lines and all that sort of thing, but it gives a really pretty finish and a lovely background die. So you could imagine it with flowers on the front. You can imagine it just on its own. I've got 1 Christmas card and 1 neutral card for you to do today, but it could be used for all different bits and pieces. In terms of how big it is it will cut out to just over the 5-inch mark like this. It's about 5.5, I think, actually, for this size. But as I said, you can make it larger or whatever you wish to do. So that will be in your pack as well, as amongst all these other things. Now, also, as I said, you have 2 envelopes. One of them will have nothing in. The other one will have, let's get this out, 2 pre-cut dies. So you will get Merry Christmas, which is the vintage Christmas from our Christmas launch. And again, more of them coming in on the 17th as well. Oh, sorry, hold on. One of the lights is really bright. It's in my eyes. So you will get that. And you will also get the small holly leaf. Now, this is from a new set which comes out today as well. And it is part of 2 dies. So this is the smallest one, and in terms of size, it's approximately 5 inches. So that's, sorry, 5 centimeters, which is a couple of inches, by 3.5. So that's, yeah, 1.5 something. So that's the small one. And then it also has a corresponding large set. Now the large set is considerably larger, as you can see, but this one is made of 2, so that you've got your 3 pieces there which fit lovely in a corner and that type of thing, but you've also got the little berries on a separate plate as well, so you can cut these out in one color and then your berries go in exactly on the top. So that is available from today on the website, again over maximumcrafts.com. But you will get this die cut, not the die, you will get the die cut in your pack. So without further ado, let's gather all our bits and pieces together. And first of all, I'm going to show you the finished article for the Christmas one and run that one through with you. We love simplicity, don't we? And simplicity is what you're going to get for this Christmas one. Now, I've gone with classy because we're classy here. And I've gone with the black, gold and the white. But equally, this background piece here would also look lovely with the red mirror card. If you're doing, this one is for Christmas, with the red mirror card or the gold mirror card or the gold sparkling card or in silver or in the green, all sorts. But in this case, we have gone for black, gold and white. So it's a 6x6 card blank. You can already see where the sentiments are going. It really couldn't be easier. But if you look very closely, you should be able to see that what I've done is I've offset it. So the little gold bits here just poking through, perhaps you can see them a bit better, so that it looks like a little shadow die, just giving that little touch of class, I think. Okay. Oh, do we have problems with sound? Oh my goodness, we can't do it. We'll have to shout a bit louder, but I think you're okay now. So let's show you how we attempt to do such a thing. And as I said, really very, very simple, which is why you've got 2 cards. Couldn't decide which I liked. And I thought, you know what? Let's do 2. So here is our 6x6 card blank, all ready and set to go. I'm going to do it as a top fold, but it's quite happy if you do as a side fold. You choose whichever you prefer. In your pack, as I said, you've already got a pre-cut piece of card. And just for your information, this one is 14.2.5. So I know it's a bit of a funny measurement, but it's going to give you a very thin slither as opposed to a big slither. So that's all we need for that piece there. Okay. And then from our hammered card, we're going to cut a piece out which is 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. And then from the gold card, we're going to cut a piece out which is 13.5 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to pop this down. Let's put this glue onto the back of this piece. So this is going to go straight onto my card. No messing. And then I should just pop that to one side whilst we make up the card itself. So just get that into position there and pop that to one side. So with my two pieces here, I'm going to get my die and I'm going to put it in so that it is as close as I can into the center of my piece. So this is the piece, this is the white piece, which is 14 by 14 centimeters. And I'm just going to put a bit of tape on, and I will try and put it so that it's sort of in the middle-ish. Put it there and then somewhere down here, just to hold that in place whilst I run that through. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with this piece. But of course, this one is slightly smaller. So this one is 13.5 by 13.5. And it's going to go in exactly the same position, not halfway, in the center as much as I can of this card. So as you can see, it cuts out beautifully. All the little pieces just flick out and gives you a really lovely, nice, clean cut. So let's, flick off these bits that are stuck with the tape, and then I'm going to stick this same as it is down onto my mirror card. I say mirror card, it's classed as mirror card, but it isn't. It's satin as far as I'm concerned. Definitely satin. So exactly the same, with leaving a little border as even as we can all the way around, and then just press the tape down and then pop this through. Now both of your cards, sorry, I was just checking that, of course, both of your cards can be cut out from one piece of your main card. So I have already cut out these other two for my second card. So you can cut them out at the same time or do them individually, whichever you prefer. So let's take all these pieces. As you can see, just falls out. That's what we like, isn't it? So you can see now that I've got two of exactly the same. All right, just clear up these bits of card. Now, the trick is that we want to give it a little bit of a shadow. You could, of course, do it one way or the other. You could have gold onto the white, but I'm doing it the other way around. So whichever one that is the shadow is the one that's got to be the smallest piece, which is why this piece was 13.5 and this piece is 14 centimeters. And all you need to do is pop it behind. Now there is only one way that it will look right, and luckily I've already got it. So when you put it behind, let's see if I can show you onto, I don't know if I can show you on there. Does it show on there more? Let's show you on a white piece of card more. I think it will show you on here. Let me see what I'm seeing. So I'm offsetting it on every piece, but because the one underneath is smaller, I'm not seeing it around the edge. Can you see what I mean? I haven't stuck it down yet, so I know that I've got to stick that down. If you turn it round the wrong way, when you try and offset it, if you try and offset it to the one side, you'll have a gap down the bottom, at the top or the bottom, wherever it might be, and then you might see a bit of the gold coming out from the side. So there is a way, and you just need to turn yours round until you get to that stage, whereby putting it over just very slightly like that, it's even and you can't see it poking out from the edges or the top and bottom. So we're simply going to pop them together. Now I'm going to put glue onto this one. So a little bit of glue. You could use spray glue on this if you wish, but just needs to give a fine line. Less glue is better, but if you do want to get the desired effect that I'm trying to here today, you do really need to put glue on all of the pieces. Sometimes you can be a bit frugal, but with this one, you really need to get both of them. So I'm going to turn that over again. And then when I put that down onto here, I just want to make sure that I've got an even space so that I can see the gold coming through. So I just need to hold on to that. Don't forget, I'm putting onto a covered card. So I just want to make sure that that is going to stay stuck. Okay, just about see that. You see it more when it's on the background there like that. So I'm then, once that's done, I'm then going to take my glue gun again, and I'm simply going to glue that to the front of my card. Another one that could be a very easy, lots of these made up at the same time. And 6x6 is quite a nice size as well. Let's see if I've gone on all the edges. I think I have. And I'm then going to take this onto the front of my card, and I'm going to position it so that I'm looking at the white card, and I'm just leaving the white card with a very thin border on my black. When I press it down, I'll pick it up again in a second, and then you can see what I mean. That leaves you now with a very thin border all the way around, which I think looks rather yummy. If you wanted to, if you were wanted to do it on a bigger card. Oh, all my lights went off then for a second. If you wanted to do it on a bigger card, you could just leave a bigger border, which would again look really lovely. This also looks really lovely if you're using one of the Stargazer frames, because the Stargazer frames, well, I was going to say a little bit of a fib there, that they were made for it. Do you know what? They weren't, but they actually work really well together if you've got a Stargazer frame over the top. Just having a look. Let me just show you what I mean. Oh, maybe she won't. Maybe she won't. Not to worry. The Stargazer frame does look really good. It frames that beautifully. Anyway, we now then so when we're cutting out the gold and the white, we will have some waste, and it's not going to go to waste. We will have, each time we cut it, a piece of gold card and a piece of white. So all I want to do now is to just trim that down a little bit. So I want to take both of these pieces and make them to 13.5, which I believe that this one already is, but this one needs to be the same. So they both need to be the same width across. So 13.5 is the width that we're going with there. So they're both the same width. The gold one is going to be at a length here now, and it's going to be 5.5 centimeters. So I'm lining it up the top there and making sure that it's in the right place there. So 5.5 and 5.5, and trimming down that, and then this piece is 5 centimeters. Okay. That then is going to go straight onto there. So although I have got it, it's the same width, as I said, but it is deeper. So you'll see just a very thin line, top and bottom, but nothing on the ends. So that then gets stuck onto there. I think I saw Julie mention that this would make a great eclipse card, which you're absolutely right. Similar thing that we were doing at the online class. It would make a really lovely eclipse card. May even show you about that, mightn't we, eh? Another day, not today. So I'm just going to have to, as you will have to, remove any of the little bits here. So there are just a few little bits and pieces that need just removing. I did think that I would do them for you, and then I thought, oh, do you know what? With such easy cards, my lovely friends have got to find something to do, have they not? I'm going to pop the Merry Christmas here, and then I'm going to put my holly there. And I am going to take out, you could leave them in, but I think I shall take out the pieces. So for the little holly berries, oops, and that bit in the centre. Out you come. So that then that's just going to sit on there. So let's just put them together. As I think I said, the Vintage Christmas, which is this one, will be back in stock in about 10 days' time. So do look out for that if you missed out on it before. And also there will be another new sentiment, Christmas one again. So we're still doing dribs and drabs of Christmas, because crikey, we're only in July, aren't we? And with the best will in the world, we really ought to be maybe thinking about Christmas cards. But do you know what? I don't know that I am particularly. Not unless I see something I really like. So which I really like this one. So that's just as well. So my Merry Christmas goes there. My holly goes on the back. Whoops. Take that bit away there. Come on. Equally, this would look lovely if you have a poinsettia. You might want to put a poinsettia on the corner. Then I'm going to take some of my tape. Again, you don't have to. I'm putting on some 2mm tape onto the back. And my card, my Christmas card, my first one of the kit, is done. As I said, there's lots of different bits and pieces that you could use to do this one. Now let me just check where the opening is. I'm going to pop that into the middle. Let's try and get it central if I can. Pop that on there, and we're done. And as I said, if you wish to change the colour background, it's just so simple and really looks equally lovely, whichever way round you wish to do. So that's that one. Nobody will have the kits yet, Ruth, so do not panic. The kits were sent out on Friday, so I very much doubt anyone's got it as of yesterday, to be honest. Karen says we'll be getting, the Merry Christmas and Stargazer are all back in stock in about 10 days' time, about the 18th of July. But yeah, so don't panic. Don't panic. They are on the way. Plus other goodies, I think, for you, Ruth. I'm not sure. Right, now let's do the other one. So I went with my pink. I'm just going to show you how quick and simple this is to do. I need to find something. There we are. Just sticking up a little bit. So it's exactly the same measurements, but this is what I call a neutral card. So I have, as you saw, already cut out my 2 pieces. So this one was from the hammered white, and it was 14 centimetres by 14 centimetres. And then this one was cut out from the satin gold, and that one measured to start off with 13.5 by 13.5. And we're going to pop that in exactly the same way, just off centering it. And I'll just do that first. So let's just pop that together. You could, of course, just do the one. But yeah, this would make a really good eclipse card, wouldn't it, Julie? I was going to say I'm sitting talking to myself now, but I am anyway. So, I mean, although you're all there, I know you're all there. Can anyone hear me? Oh dear. I don't get any better, really, do I? I don't get any better. So I'm just going to hover that over, so I try to get an even space if I possibly can. As much gold coming through as I can, but I don't want to show the background either. So let's just put that on. Now, if you recall, I said that you will also get a coloured sheet. And in this case, I've got the baby pink, which is this one. And, oh, just look at that. I just love it. Just love it. So I've already cut out a piece which is 14.5 centimetres by 14.5 centimetres, and that is going to go on the back. And although it's exactly the same, apart from the coloured background, a huge difference. This one is, well, if you put happy birthday on there, it would still obviously then be a neutral card, but this one just so different, and yet so much the same. How can that be? I don't know. So I'm going to make it up in exactly the same way. I'm going to have a top folding card. I'm going to pop this bit onto here first and just pop that straight onto my card front. So again, just a little border all the way around, showing that in place. Then I'm going to place this one. If you were going to do an eclipse card with this, I'm just thinking aloud here, you obviously would only just cut the one piece. You wouldn't be cutting both. You would be cutting two out, but you wouldn't be offsetting it like I have done there. So just to say. Let's make sure I've got it everywhere that I should. I think I have. So then I'm going to take that to my card front, and I'm just going to pop that into position so that, again, like the one that gave me just a little bit of black all the way around, this one's going to give me a little bit of pink all the way around. And yeah, I think I saw June going on about paper piecing. What's an eclipse card, says Francis. An eclipse card was the card style that I used in my workshop, which was last weekend. And I'm just looking to see if I've got one to show you. Hold on a second. Hold on, here we go. That's an eclipse card. So what the eclipse card is that you've got, you can just about see it, you've got a pattern at the background, and then you've got a raised piece, and this is what Julie was referring to with this piece being a similar thing to there. Perhaps we'll do that on Wednesday, shall we? Might be an idea. So I'll show you what I mean by that on Wednesday, but with this die. So just need to press that down firmly. So then I just changed up the pieces of card to put in the center, and what I've gone for is 3 pieces. So I've already popped this one together. So they all still measure 13.5 centimeters along, but I've used all 3 of the colors. A little bit like a Neapolitan ice cream, this one. So I've used the pink first. That's my biggest layer. And I've cut that one to 13.5 centimeters across. And because I didn't want such a wide border, I narrowed it down a little bit. And the pink one measures 5 centimeters from top to bottom there, 5 centimeters. Then the gold layer is 4.5 from top to bottom, again 13.5 by 13.5. And finally, the white piece is 4. So equal top and bottom, but no border can be seen on the outside edge there. And clearly that's going to go into the center like that. However, that's the only thing that you now have to add. So from your own stash, as I said, you will get all of the bits and pieces, other than for this card, the neutral card, you will need to add your own embellishments. And so for this one, I have cut out from the gold, I've cut out especially for you, and that's going to go there. And then from the pink again, I have cut out one of the passion flowers. The passion flower is also a Maximum Craft die set, and it is back in stock. And I think that that looks rather yumbly, just like that. So I'm going to put these on first. So that's going to go on there. So the die set that I've used here is a Sue Wilson one. Not sure that they make this one anymore, but if there are any dies sentiments that you're looking for, I do have a special section on the website for that. So I do like a lot of the sentiments that Sue Wilson does. They're nice swirly ones and bits and pieces. So I have put a selection together which you may want to have a look at now and again for anything, but I do think that this one fits in quite nicely. So as I said, that's cut out from a scrap of the gold, and if you found that you didn't have enough, you can always cut that from this piece of gold. So see what I mean? So that if you thought, oh, I haven't got enough gold, and you didn't want to use the pink or whatever, this bit of gold here, you could cut out the sentiment from right in the middle, and because once you've popped the white one over the top, you can't see it. So you have still got that. And then this definitely needs a little something in the middle. So I'm just going to pop this onto there. Oh, well, before I put that in, I should have put the foam on, shouldn't I? Is anyone yelling at me that I should have done that? Because you should have been, even if you weren't. So that means that I've got to squash it a bit. Hey ho. Which also means I'll just have to zhoosh it up a bit, won't I? So I'm just going to put 2 bits of foam. Again, you don't need to. And we will put them on there. Now, let's put this on the card. I think I'm going to put that down here a little bit more. So let's put that down the bottom. And let me just carefully bring those up. Now, what I want, I haven't yet got. So that's not really good, is it? I need a very small centre to go in there. And they are on their way. But they are not here yet. So subsequent, I think I might want to put one of these in instead. Possibly. This is only possibly. I don't know. What do you think? Can you see it? I'm thinking no now. What are you thinking? Oh, June says yes. I tell you why I'm thinking no. I'm thinking no because although it's actually a clear gem, it looks silver, and I haven't got silver anywhere in sight. Oh, but you're all saying yes. Yeah, I'm thinking gold, but I'm thinking. Hold on. Oh, I tell you what, you won't like that one, I don't think. Oh, God, no. Oh, no, 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 no. That's gold. Perhaps a pearl. What about a pearl? No, that looks awful. You don't like that. At this stage, it's almost like have a chat amongst yourselves, isn't it? While I decide with all the bits, this is far too big. With all the bits. Oh. Oh, I don't know. What do you think about that one? I haven't got a gold pearl. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, then. I'm going to stick that on. Oh, gosh. I'm going to stick that on because I think that's had the most thumbs up. I think that looks better. But ideally, it would be some sort of gold. But I don't know about you, but there are so many different types of shades of gold. I don't want to go and get the wrong one and then it make it look cheap. You see what I mean? I think that gold one that I had there just now, whilst it was gold, I think it just made the whole thing look cheap and nasty. And we don't do cheap and nasty, do we? No. So there you go. There are my 2 cards and your 2 cards, particularly, for the July card kit from Maximum Crafts. So as I said, they are available over on the website right now. All of the subscribers' kits are on their way, but don't forget they do need the postman to play ball and everything, and they will be with you very soon. And then I will get the instructions off to you as soon as I possibly can. And I hope you enjoy making them. And do let us see, if you change them about, do let us see what your ones turn up like. So that's great. So if you have not already subscribed to this channel, I want to know why, really. And definitely get going on it. Just subscribe. You get to see, if you click the button for notifications, you then get to see when I'm going to be coming on. But it's nearly always on a Wednesday at 6 o'clock UK time and Sunday at 6 o'clock UK time. But of course, because it's a YouTube thing, everyone can see it any time of the day once it's on, and that's the beauty of it. If you do Facebook Lives, they get lost in the ether, and we don't want to get them lost in the ether. We want to be there so that if in a year's time you think, how did we do that card, we can go back and have a quick look. Also over on the website, thinking about it, a couple of restocks. Corners are in, or at least they were when I went live. Again, more of them coming in. As I said in just a little while ago, I am totally overwhelmed by your support and it means the world, but I'm trying to keep up with it just at the minute, so do bear with me. I'm just trying to find a happy medium between supplying you all there and then and not overstretching myself, as you can imagine. But I think that the dies that I'm bringing to you and the ones that I've got coming are just worth every penny. So even if it is worth waiting just another day or a week or two, is well worth it, I think. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for purchasing your kits, and I will see you on Wednesday 6 o'clock when maybe we'll have a go at making a eclipse card out of this and see what you think. Okay, thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Bye.